Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the chapter The Beginnings of Indian Civilization. This ancient civilization is known by many names: the Harappan, Indus, or Indus-Saraswati civilization. Let's see how this civilization amazed the ancient world and was way ahead of its time. What is a civilization? Before we jump into the Harappan civilization, let's talk about what a civilization is. A civilization is an advanced stage of society. This means people have organized themselves in a way that makes life better and easier. But to be called a civilization, a society needs a few things: a government to make decisions and manage things, cities that are planned well, with roads and buildings, different kinds of crafts, like making tools or jewelry, trade, or buying and selling goods, art, literature, and customs that express their culture. And finally, enough agriculture to feed everyone. All of these things work together to make a civilization. When did civilization begin? Now, civilizations didn't just start in one place, they began in different places around the world at different times. The Mesopotamian civilization, which is in modern-day Iraq and Syria, started about 6,000 years ago. The Egyptian civilization began shortly after. And our focus today, the Indus-Saraswati civilization, started around 2600 BCE. So, you can see that people in different parts of the world were coming together to create organized societies at around the same time. Early life in the Indus Valley. The Indus-Saraswati civilization grew in the fertile plains of Punjab and Sindh. These areas were perfect for farming because they had rich soil and access to rivers. Over time, small villages grew into larger towns and eventually into cities around 2600 BCE. And here's a fun fact. This civilization got its name, Harappan, because the first city they discovered was Harappa. This was the first time that India had large, organized cities, and it's called the first urbanization of India. Let's take a look at some of the major cities of this civilization. The most famous cities are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Dholavira, and Kalibangan. These cities were built along the Indus and Saraswati rivers. The rivers provided water for drinking, farming, and even bathing. These cities weren't just big in size, but they were also very advanced in the way they were planned. Now, what's interesting about the Harappan cities is their town planning. They were planned carefully, with wide streets and strong walls for protection. Each city had two main parts: the upper town, where the leaders probably lived, and the lower town, where the common people lived. They also had large warehouses to store food and goods. And get this, the bricks they used to build their houses and walls were all the same size. Can you imagine how well organized they were? One of the most exciting discoveries in Mohenjo-daro is the Great Bath. This is a large, well-built pool that might have been used for important rituals or even reserved for special people. Historians still debate its exact purpose, but it shows how much these people valued cleanliness and public spaces. Another amazing feature of the Harappan civilization is their water management. They cared a lot about cleanliness and had advanced drainage systems. Homes had private bathing areas connected to a system of drains that ran under the streets. They also had wells and large reservoirs for storing water. It's amazing to think that even 4,000 years ago, they were managing water so well. Now, what did the Harappans eat? Since their cities were near rivers, they had access to fertile land for farming. They grew crops like barley, wheat, millet, and even rice. They were also the first people in the world to grow cotton. Besides farming, they domesticated animals like sheep and cows and caught fish from rivers. Their food was not just healthy, it was quite diverse, with spices like turmeric and ginger. Harappans didn't just live off farming, they were also skilled traders and craftsmen. They traded not only with nearby cities but also with distant lands. They exported items like jewelry, wood, and cotton. They were especially famous for carnelian beads, which are reddish stones used for jewelry. The Harappans were so skilled that they even crafted shell bangles, which required a lot of precision and hard work. To make trading easier, the Harappans used small seals. These seals were made from a soft stone called steatite, which became hard when heated. They often had animal designs, like bulls or unicorns, and some symbols. These symbols were an early form of writing, but we still don't fully understand them. It's like a mystery waiting to be solved. The Harappans left behind many objects that show us what their daily life was like. They made bronze mirrors, terracotta pots, and even toys and games. One famous object is the dancing girl figurine, which shows how skilled they were at crafting. This statue of a girl wearing bangles and standing in a confident pose shows us a bit about their art and culture. Now, what happened to this great civilization? Around 1900 BCE, things started to change, and the cities were gradually abandoned. Historians believe that the climate changed, rivers dried up, and farming became more difficult. Without enough food and water, people slowly left the cities and moved back to a simpler, rural life. Even though the civilization ended, their culture and ideas continued to influence future generations.